Should be good. Can you hear yourself? I can hear myself.
It's the Nick and Stu Variety Hour.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Podcast 5. I'm Nick.
And I'm Stu.
Good to have you here, Stu. As always, I know I've said that a lot, but there you go.
Just because you say it doesn't mean you mean it. I can see you resent me every time you say it.
It's true. It's because you're a very negative person. It's something a lot of people have picked up on. So let's move on. Try to keep it on a positive note.
All right. Smiley face.
Lots happened. Lots happened since the last podcast. We took a bit of a break. Stu had to go to rehab.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, mate. I understand that you want to tell people now, so
sensitive
they pull you
thing.
up
Let's
on it.
keep going. Moving on.
Anyway, we've got a lot to talk about in this one. We've also changed our face a little bit. Intro's a bit different.
Yep.
Everything's a bit different, actually.
Still just as bad, but I'm sorry.
No,
it sounds better, but we have no talent.
It's kind of dressed a bit different. It's like that show, The Swan, where they take an ugly girl and then they stick a whole heap of plastic stuff to her and call her pretty.
But we're still ugly, regardless.
And the plastic stuff was just, not even cosmetic surgery. It was like toothbrushes and things.
And I failed being positive for this podcast. So we should move on. And what do we got in store? We got some chats, we got a few ads and a surf report.
We do, yep, absolutely. All those things are happening. Also, our producer Maddie's going to tell a story about his taxi drives in New York, which will be heaps of fun. But let's fire straight into it. Hope you enjoy it, guys. You may or may not have heard, but I've actually been kicking some goals in my life recently. I've been doing pretty well for myself.
Big goals or little
big goals? Both. I've been
life
kicking,
changes.
Yeah, left, right, everywhere. It's been goal city. I've just got goals either the side of my house, and I just spend all day kicking them. I'm doing well. I'm actually in a committed relationship.
Hello. With your mum?
No, that's a bit weird. Makes me like the guy out of Psycho.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
No, basically, I've got 3 wives and a live-in girlfriend. My wives don't live with me, though.
In this world or Dreamland?
It's a world of sorts.
If you're about to talk about The Sims, I'm going to crown you across this desk.
Well, prepare my skull for getting hurt, because I'm chatting about The Sims. It's going down, baby.
And this is where we're at.
No, has anyone else played Sims 3 on iPhone? No. It's a revelation. Game of the century.
It came out 10 years ago. It was shit then, and it's still shit now.
No, it's awesome, because it's so much easier to be better at life on there than here.
So what are you? Are you like a successful radio jock in The Sims?
He's good. He's good, everyone at home. No, I'm actually vice president of the world. So there you go. That's far better than being a radio jock.
Just vice president of the world, not president?
Won't let me be president. I'm best friends with my boss, Ruth, who I presume is president of the world, and she won't let me get that kick up.
Oh, President Ruth.
Yeah, exactly.
Holding the men down.
She's got me on the leash. She's not letting me through. But in Sims 3 Ambitions, the add-on, I'm the best artist in the world. I've won an award to say so. It's a big award, sits in my house. It's good. It's amazing. I got these 2 separate lives going on. In Sims 3 Ambition, I have a goatee. I got glasses.
How do you get
I know I could probably get those in real life, but
you've got glasses and I'm seeing you with a beard. So
exactly. But in there, it's way better. Most famous artist in the world.
So you just sit on the train and play The Sims like a 12-year-old girl?
Yes, on the train. I don't sit at home doing it. Definitely on the train. I don't do that instead of watch TV.
There's nothing good about this.
Yeah,
I'm ending this now.
Excuse me, do you know who Nick and Stu are? I don't know.
Nick and Stu Variety Hour. Stu, I was watching State of Origin the other day. Noticed when they fight, they throw a lot of punches to no effect.
They hit the air. They hit Mother Nature.
Oh, Mother Nature cops a beating. Oh. Big time. The real loser is Mother Nature.
I know what you mean. It looks almost scripted. They're like, all right, game's over. A little bit of a biffo. Make it look like this Passion
we'll
Boys.
Just miss a bit of this. Exactly. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Swing, 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 swing. Slight connect.
They couldn't hit
sand if it fell off a camel. I'll put it that way. Every time you see them on the news, they're doing boxing training.
You think with all that training, they'd be able to hit something?
They seem to do more boxing training than actual rugby league training, and they still can't hit any. Are they standing there against the punching bags going, okay,
and just missing it?
And just missing.
Well, I don't understand. They're not small humans. Like, they're big blokes. So you'd think big target, lots of training. should connect somewhere along the line.
Sam Thaiday the worst. He runs, like, for a start, he's about 5 minutes late to the night.
He'll run across the pitch to get there as well.
They've all dispersed and they're having a shower and he's just standing there boxing the air. The stadium's empty and he's like, yeah, come on, I got this.
I'm the man.
I'm taking you down, Earth. You're going down, CO2, carbon emissions.
It's just, I just don't understand it.
It's dismal and pathetic. It explains Anthony Mundine, though.
Yeah, it's 102.9 Knob FM and 48 hours interest-free music coming at you. Yeah, we got a fantastic looking day. Top's up around 29 degrees. You got the top down, cruising with Dickhead Dave, and checking out those wonderful conditions out on the beaches with the beautiful girls. Sex Wax Steve, yeah.
Hey dudes, Sex Wax Steve here. Today I've taken it to the next level. I'm actually out here in the lineup. Judging by the sun, it's about, my eyes. It's about 7, about as how many coons I had this morning. What? It's 8? Oh no, dudes. It's only an hour to Central Link opens. I better paddle in, eh? Dudes, it's gnarly out here, so, take it easy, and if it's easy, take it. So, who wants to take me to Centrelink?
The Nick and Stuart Variety Hour.
I was watching the Tour de France the other night when I should have been doing other stuff. But you just watch it. You don't have to think.
What else should you be doing at 12 at night on a weekday?
Sleeping.
Oh, okay.
Uni.
Yeah,
I don't know. All of the above. But I saw something that was incredible. The film car was behind the lead pack, 4 or 5 riders, and he's gone to go around them to get in front so they can get the good camera shot. And he's clipped the guy up front and knocked him over, knocked the cyclist onto the ground. He ended up getting like 36 stitches and, obviously he got fired. Fair call.
No, not really. You hit an athlete.
I'm just wondering, what have people been fired for that's less serious than that? Because, I mean, that's pretty full. Like, nearly kills a bloke on international TV.
What was he doing, though? I know what you mean. The Tour de France in general is crazy. Like, the amount of drugs in their system. Can you imagine how pepped up that guy would have been before the car hit him?
Just didn't even feel it.
I'm good. Put me back on the bike. You got no legs, Jim. You can't pedal.
Well, they go down the hills at 100 k's an hour and they fall off and they just get back up.
Yeah, exactly.
Mate, I want what they've got.
Coke and their own blood that's been frozen and put back inside them. I want some cyclist blood. Yeah, I know what you mean. I actually, on my first ever day of work at a Chinese restaurant when I was 14, I got
City Walk.
Yeah, it was Kriv and Chinese. And I got a job there when I was about 14. First day, I have gone in and the power has failed halfway through the thing.
Good stuff.
So they had a backup generator for the restaurant, but the toilets weren't lit. So my manager's gone, Nick, go put candles. You're the most useless person here. Go chuck some candles in the toilet, make yourself useful, so people can see when they're using the toilet.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Now, I went and did it, thought nothing of it, continued my shift, came in a week later for my next shift, all starry-eyed about the wild industry of
Chinese food.
Chinese food service. and the owner pulls me aside as soon as I walk in and they go, oh, hey, Nick. I'm like, oh, hey.
What up?
It was good. Yeah, good chat. I'm like, yeah, what up? I killed it last week, hey? And she's like, yeah, but look, the thing is, those candles you put in the bathroom, you kind of put them in the wrong spot and it lit both bathrooms on fire and burnt them to the ground.
Yes.
Causing $7,000 worth of damage on your first night.
Oh, great start.
Didn't get sacked. Worked there for 4 years after that.
What?
Mate, you should have seen me. I could do this thing with a fork and a spoon. Kept me in the game. Plus, I had to work off $7,000 worth of toilet debt.
They didn't want So I was getting paid $1.50 an hour from then on end, but down from the usual $3.
Yeah, exactly. They were taking that other $2 an hour to put towards the toilet fund.
Oh, alrighty, you've stunned me. That's it. I'm out.
The stew! Wait. No, isn't the Nick and Stew? No, it's the stew. The stew! No, the Nick and Stew! Variety Hour! Oh, God, the stew. And
Bing, Stu's childhood memories.
Well, yes, we were back in Byron, me and some mates. We went for a surf at a little point called Broken Head. And it just reminded me, the caravan park, it's one of those places where the caravan park is pretty much on the beach. Pretty sick little joint. But I remember one day, our caravan the window where the kitchen was, used to look out towards the beach showers. One day, everyone's in the beer garden chatting along, and where's Dad?
How old are you?
Oh, like 14 or 15.
Just in the beer garden, chatting along.
With the oldies, having a sip here, a sip there. Nah, it was only water. But anyhow,
You sound like Trent from Punchy. Nah, it was only water.
So I was in the beer garden, and Mum was like, where's your father? And I was like, I don't know. And then Terry, one of the other dads that was there, families. And
Good
he's
dad
like,
name.
Looking out towards the beach shower. He goes, I think I know where he is. So he comes back with a big smile on his face, because Terry went in and made sure Dad was all right in the kitchen. And they both stayed in there for ages. And I was like, I'll go in and get him, because dinner's coming around. Dad was meant to be cooking. Dad was peeling potatoes. He's peeled this potato down about the size of a ping pong ball. What had happened is these two birds have come out of the bush, out of the nature walk, from the nudist beach, done naked cartwheels down the hill, got to the showers, and then continued to wash themselves off together, each other, naked.
How did Terry know this was happening?
Well, he said he saw it.
I think I know where your dad is. Every four, the two naked lesbians come down, do cartwheels and shower. You don't want to miss that.
So they were there peeling the potatoes.
I love your action of peeling the potatoes as well, because it doesn't look like they were peeling potatoes. It's like they put a couple of sheets up between them and really peeled the shit out of those potatoes. It was potato central. That's your father, Stu. That's your father.
It's the gene pool that I came from.
Come into Sudways and try our new delicious Wagyu beef sud. First, we get your choice of tasty rolls, the finest yellow cheese flavored plastic, and finally, mouth-watering microwave cooked Wagyu rubber. Sudways, eat less.
The Nick and Stu Variety Hour.
As some of you may or may not have known, Osama bin Laden died the other day.
Yeah, I'm sure no one knew that. I'm sure it really slipped under the radar. Don't know if you saw it.
What I want to know is, who's going to be the next Osama bin Laden? Like, are they holding competitions, drawing it out of a hat?
I see where you're going with this.
Drawing sticks, shooting competition.
Drawing stick. That's what they do. The entire of Afghanistan get together, and whoever draws the shortest straw has to be the crazy billionaire.
Yahtzee.
No, there'd be like a second in command. I think part of them would all be like, let's just not do it anymore.
You know what? This whole killing thing is really bringing me down.
I avoided the kamikaze terrorist thing, so I don't really want to move into America's number one, hitman.
I enjoy walking down the street and not being taken out by a cruise missile.
I'm sure everyone's like, oh, thank God, he's gone.
He was such a workhorse of a boss. He's always cracking the whip.
Exactly. Let's let Steve take over. He's got good worker benefits and comp-related activities.
He's got a good dental plan, health benefits.
He's going to bring in Crazy Hawaiian Shirt Friday. It should be great. Pizza Tuesdays.
Oh, Steve sounds like the man I want in charge of the Taliban.
Yeah, exactly. And it's instead of, they're just going to take wiffle bats and beat pinatas now. That's how they're going to express their anger. George Bush's head is going to explode and candy's going to come out. Fantails everywhere.
So yeah, that was my little ponder when I was on the bus today.
Good. I'm glad you put your brain to use on such important tasks.
I missed a bus stop thinking about it.
I don't doubt that for a second. I believe that.
I had to walk an extra 400-500 metres back to my house.
But now you're here.
I am.
Hello, Matthew here. I went to the United States of America from New York to LA. While it was my first trip to the home of deep fried happiness, there's a hidden adventure that we all experience, the taxi ride. These are true stories. The names used for the taxi drivers have been changed, not to protect them, but I couldn't pronounce them. Here are my adventures. Taxi! Chapter 1. I'm travelling with my brother Peter and my cousin Reese. We've been in New York and we have to travel to Orlando. Public transport is an absolute bitch to get around, so Reese orders a taxi. Our driver hops out, middle-aged, earring, grey hair with a bit of a mullet. He looks like he's eaten too many New York pretzels.
Order for Rick.
We pause.
Rick, for 3 guys.
Oh, you mean Reese, I say.
Yeah, Reese, that's what I meant.
He grabs our bags and throws them into the back of the car. We climb into the taxi.
Buckle your seat, guys. We have to fight the New York traffic.
Something tells me this isn't going to be a smooth ride. 5 seconds later,
Oi, get off the road.
this continued on for 10 blocks.
Asshole, cut me off, eh?
He then turns to us while driving.
Some people shouldn't drive. They cause accidents. I have right of way, eh?
I just want to point out that in some areas of New York, there's 4 lanes on the road. Our driver never indicated once. Suddenly, the car came to a halt.
You walk too slow.
He was referring to the pedestrian on the zebra crossing. I'm pretty sure they had the right of way. The driver floors it. Then he asks the question.
So, where you guys from, eh?
We reply, we're from Australia.
Australia, eh? Kangaroo, crocodile, turtle. Lovely place.
Yeah.
I drink, Fasters.
I think he meant Foster's. The car goes quiet for the next 15 minutes. We arrive at the airport.
That'll be $45, eh?
We give him $50 and keep the change.
You guys are good, eh? Come back to New York. We go for steak, eh?
Wow, we've been propositioned. Until then, we have to fly to Orlando and meet another taxi driver. To be continued.
What? Who you talking to, eh? Who's this continued guy?
Oh, this is awkward.
The Nick and Stu Variety Hour.
Welcome back. Well, Nick and myself, we went to the rugby today. We're both quite avid rugby fans. Go the Reds.
Yep, big time.
Anywho, we have decided that the single worst form of musical instrument has got to be the bagpipes.
Well, it's not even an instrument, is it? It's a bag with it looks like someone has just stuffed an octopus.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to play that. I don't know how else to describe them.
The only other instrument I can think of that comes close to being as annoying is the recorder.
No, because you know what the difference between the two is? A recorder has more than one song, whereas there's only one song I've ever heard a bagpipe player do.
It's just terrible. And there was this one bloke that just played the entire...
One note.
Yeah, the one note.
One note.
I mean, you're not even doing anything. You're just squeezing your arm and blowing then. You're not even moving your fingers. You're like the laziest human there is.
It's kind of like a trumpet, really. Oh, no, because they've got they move their fingers. They're finger movers.
Yeah. And
Long,
they blow.
thin, windy man.
Well, I don't really know much about the bagpipes except that I hate it so
It's a
much.
terrible instrument, and I think it sums up Scotland.
They invented golf and the bagpipe, so positive and a negative, they're equal.
But a bagpipe just looks like someone's gotten a set of golf clubs and thrown them on the ground. And they're like, oh, let's see how this sounds. Oh, that sounds great. I know. That's going to be awesome.
Well, some people might say, listening to this at home, that, wow, you guys, you're attacking an instrument that everybody hates, but I hate it.
And who likes Scottish people anyway? Well, that about wraps it up for this podcast.
Wasn't too bad. Was it all right?
Wow, we got a smile on Stu's face. What's going on, guys? The crowd goes wild.
Genuinely surprised that it didn't suck.
Anyway, hope you enjoyed it, guys. If you did, please hit us back with some feedback. And if you didn't, hit us back with some feedback. Also, recommend it to your friends. We've got our Facebook page. We've been trying to put some funny stuff up on there.
Or just any stuff, really.
Yeah, exactly. So we're trying to send some more videos towards you guys. So I hope you enjoy that type of thing. So looking forward to it, and looking forward to speaking to you again in our one-way conversation that seems to happen every fortnight.
And don't forget, we will be going back to the fortnight type of format. It was just because we were super lazy for a month, but we promise to be on the ball from now on.
Exactly, it's back on. So goodbye.
Thank you.
That was Nick and Stu Variety Hour, brought to you by Nick and Stu. For more podcasts, go to nickandstu.com.